Hi, hello, and namaste. So I'm again back with my another episode of mandala making. So in this episode, we will be making the ultimate mandala. In previous video, we've tried creating patterns, but now we'll start making a one. So the first step is to find the middle point of the paper, or whatever the size of the paper. We'll have to find the middle point and we'll start drawing lines both horizontally and vertically, just crossing the midpoint of the paper. The other things that we need is compass and protector and pencil and eraser. Also, you can keep it aside. Now we'll start pointing the angles from the protector. So this way we'll start marking the angles from the protector. And right after we finish the upper uh, mark, we'll also do the same from the opposite side, which is just below. So make sure you just don't make darker mark, because at the end we are going to erase all these marks and lines. So we are drawing these marks and lines so that it's easier for us to make same kind of patterns. But once we get used to it, all the patterns or of mandala, we might not need to make these kind of marks and lines. But since this is the video for the beginners, I would recommend to make such lines. And after that, we'll start matching the angles, the adjacent angles, through straight line. So just make sure we match the adjoint angle, which is just opposite to one angle. If we did mistake, then our patterns will be bigger on one side and smaller on the other side. And after we join all the angles, this will look like this. Now we'll take a compass, put it in the middle of the paper, and start drawing circles. Actually, we don't have to be exact with the distance between one circle to another circle, but we just can assume which or what kind of patterns are we drawing, and depending on that, we can create the gap between these concentric circles. So we can always put what kind of design do we want to make in mandala and draw the circles. Either if we just want to make four patterns, then we'll make four circles, likewise. Now I'll erase the middle lines because we need to draw patterns here. Now I'm gonna make even one more circle inside. And I'll start creating the petals of the flower. Actually, we use pencil in the beginning so that we can erase our mistakes. And for making mandalas, we have a special kind of pen, not pen, but we call it fine liners, which we can get from stationery or online stationery shop. So these fine liners are actually made for mandalas because they have uh, this size can be found in different sizes, and the more smaller the size the mandalas pattern, when you try to make smaller patterns, this will look very nice. For now I am using those kind of fine liners, which is of 0.5 mm, which is equivalent to any pilot pen or gel pen. But if you want to make smaller patterns, then we can use 0.3 or maybe smaller than that. So it depends on the patterns, how big you want to make or smaller you want to make it. So I started filling in the gaps just to make the middle pattern look more prominent. See, if we make petals and we don't feel sure that the petals are of same size, then while filling in the gaps, we can correct those mistakes. So it's just like flowing with the patterns, and yes, change of mind is obvious because sometimes we're not happy with the result and we keep on editing those um, patterns. Now I'll start trying the second pattern, which is again petal. I am also darkening the outer line of the circle. begin, I start filling in the gaps between the flower's petals. Then after erasing the lines of the third circle, I am starting to make the other patterns. This way, um, we can just erase the lines and start making patterns one by one. Circles to another circle. So I call it a mandala making is like a meditation because we concentrate our mind in these patterns and just be very careful that we don't do mistakes. That means we can forget the outer world and just dive into the world of mandala. So it's kind of meditation. You just can forget whatever is happening around and just concentrate on your design. And the result, yes, it totally amazes you. Well, just looking at the picture first, we just can't imagine or assume that how do we make it. But when we make it, we just get amazed by what we just do. So mandalas is all about playing with the patterns, isn't it? See, sometimes maybe for the beginners, we can just think what kind of patterns we want to make. But after we make one, two, three, and we just keep on practicing these mandalas, we just even don't have to think what kind of patterns are we going to put it inside. We just can play with our imagination, and we just can be more creative with what kind of patterns are we going to make. That's why every mandala is unique. So I would also say mandala is for the one who has a lot of patience or who wants to develop a lot of patience and concentration on themselves. So this way will complete this mandala. And after we are done with making all the patterns, we can erase all the outer lines. This is the final outcome. Thank you.